Hey guys, welcome back to the Brocast.
Um,
Oh, okay. Someone wanted
Does somebody
us.
explain
Someone
it? I
wanted
don't
us.
remember what it is.
Someone wanted us to talk about how what being a third culture kid is like, or and uh,
Hmm.
I figured we could do something like comparing, because Tyler used to be a third culture kid technically,
Yeah.
and then he moved back to the
Hmm.
U.S. So we could I feel like we could talk about how different school is going to like a
Yeah.
private international school compared to like a public school in the US.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely different. I don't know. It's in my opinion, and people of course can have their other opinions as well on the public versus international school system or private school system. But I've found SAS more rigorous and challenging because um, I feel like the people there made the school more competitive how, just how I guess, um, just how like other kids were competitive towards each other. Like I remember, we all used to like talk about like grades all the time, like always during lunch or during break. We'd always like talk to each other about grades and helping each other, which is I still see that here, just maybe not as much. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Everybody has their own opinions, um, but I definitely found SAS more challenging for me. I don't know if it would be different for others.
I feel like SAS culture is so competitive. But I kind of
Yeah,
I
it's
mean
super
I
competitive.
like it
Yeah, yeah, me too.
cuz like it makes you
It
it's
makes you
like
push yourself
yeah.
to be the best.
It's like
I think
some
it's because
kids wait, continue.
it's like everyone's quite wealthy in like private international schools, so like kids don't want money to go to waste, so they're all trying like their best. Or
That's
the
true.
parents like push them hella hard, like
That's
they
true.
send them to academies and stuff.
But I still feel like that maybe like some kids don't try in private schools. Like there are kids like that
I mean,
everywhere.
there's like schools yeah, there's always like a few kids. But I feel like at
Mhm.
SAS it's even less. Cuz
It's yeah. I didn't really see that many
cuz
kids
even
in.
if like you are the type of kid who doesn't try, like at the end of the day, I feel like you might just feel bad because everyone else is like, because I know so many people who like literally took all APs junior year, or like APAT, because of,
Yeah.
yeah.
And AT is advanced topic for people here in the US who don't know what that is.
It's basically an AP, but with more project-based learning,
Mm.
right?
Hmm. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
they kind of covered the same things.
But do you guys still take the AP test? I don't think you
Yeah,
do, right? Well,
they
you still
prepare
do.
you. Yeah, so like if there's like, I know a few, there's like AT Psych, but it's basically the same as AP Psych. And then there's AT Environmental Science. That's the same as AP Environmental Science. Like what
Right.
you learn in the course, all of it prepares you for the test. It's just that the way you learn is different. It's like instead of doing like study test, it's like study
Exactly.
test, maybe project, and then switching it up.
So it's just different ways to learn content, basically.
Yeah. I honestly feel like projects, I feel like I like projects more. It could
Do
be
you
because
learn
like
more?
I like kind of grew up going to like IB schools or like MYP or whatever. Like I used to go to IB schools, but like I feel like being able to apply knowledge is so much like that. I feel like you learn better that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like if you
Yeah,
see
I
it in the
agree.
real world,
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely could have a bigger impact, I guess, on like what you're gonna do in the future. Instead of just learning content, you're actually like trying to in a project you're like trying to create something and you're using other strategies to figure stuff out.
I
yeah,
mean,
it's
I
like a
like
calc
tests.
project.
Like I feel like tests are better because it's so satisfying once you get the answer. You know it's right. Like boom, you're done. With a project, like it's like your own thinking, and like there's tons of people who like that. But me personally, if I don't have an answer, like
Think about it this way. How maybe not math. Math is like the one thing which you kind of always end up remembering.
Mm.
For any other subject, if I asked you like right now, like how for tests, how much of the knowledge do you actually remember?
Like, what, like,
Like
give me a
like you
subject.
study the week or like the night before, and then you're like, yeah, I'm fine. You get like an A, and then
Yeah.
like a week later you forget everything. That could just be me.
No, I think it's just you.
Okay.
It's also me. I feel like too. I feel like that I kind of forget a lot what's on the test.
No, it's because like
after.
you're never gonna need it again. But like if it's a project,
Well,
like you've applied it, you've like researched that thing for so long,
well,
like it kind of gets wired in your brain.
there's always like some stuff that you learn in classes that's not project based that you'll still remember, like
It's like weird
facts
random
and stuff.
facts.
Like yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like 83% of people who watch the broadcast are going to Harvard.
Like
Don't
going
people
back.
take less APs in the U.S. or like at least in your school? Like I feel like
Yeah, I mean, I definitely get the vibe that people don't take as many APs, but there's still kids who do challenge themselves and take like 3 to 4. Like I know a few people who took, I think, 3 this year, um, which is pretty like I don't know if that's like a lot considered here. I didn't really understand like what's considered a lot and what's considered a few, but but here I guess the culture is that you don't feel obliged to take as many APs. Like you can choose what you want to do. Like maybe parents are just more flexible here and they want you to enjoy what you learn rather than forcing you to take something that could help you in college but might not help you in high school.
But there are like some kids, like I watch these college reaction videos, and there's like Asians with like 15 APs and like 5 subject tests, like 10,000 GPA boost requirement, whatever, and like they do all that in American public school, and like they're the
Yeah,
exception.
but that depends on the public school you're going to, and it depends on the area that you live. Like depending on the town that you live in, some towns
I feel
focus
like it
more on.
differs from school to school. Like
Yeah,
each school is
exactly,
gonna have their different culture.
exactly.
There's like that stereotype where like kids in like public schools in the U.S. don't like work as hard, but like there's always gonna be like there's definitely always gonna be like the few like very very bright people
Yeah.
who like
Yeah,
all out
I mean
their whole like high
most
school
kids
life.
that I've met here work hard.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
but one thing that I've noticed is that I feel like in the U.S. athletics are like a really really big thing. Like getting scholarships here is really popular because a lot of kids do one sport like since they were really young and they continue doing it throughout elementary school, middle school, and high school, and then potentially they go to college to continue playing. So I feel like people here are really focused on one specific sport because I know when I moved away in 5th grade that I kind of
As I'm
jumped
breathing,
around from sport to sport. Like I tried, what did I do? I tried like tennis, swimming, and then I finally went back to soccer. Yeah, I did tennis in 6th grade, but
I used to play tennis. I feel like every like
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
Asian parent
I used to
makes
play
their
tennis.
kids play tennis.
yeah.
I
I
feel like
also
in high
feel like
school though.
at private schools, it's still popular to get scholarships. I mean, I don't know how many people from SAS this year got scholarships to schools,
I
but
feel
I
like it was
know
still a few.
quite a few
Like there were
here.
a few, yeah.
No,
There's
it
always
was
like I feel like there's always like 10 to 15.
it was a lot of
I don't
people,
know.
I
Like
think.
there's like 10.
No, like 20, 30.
Did anyone go D1?
No, it's not 10% of the kids. I don't think
No,
it's
but
many
it's not
people.
like full scholarship. It's like, like half or like
Are we talking about like I thought we were talking about like sports.
Yeah,
oh,
that's what
sports.
we were talking
Then it's
about.
like
No.
what,
There's
5?
like at SAS, yeah. There's always like a few kids who get like mad, get, like insane scholarship.
You mean the
How is going to a
different
school with like
cultural
a
like,
bunch of like
differences?
kids from like I don't know like how many different countries, like maybe like 60, 70, right? Like how is that different than going to like? I mean, I don't like how many like isn't it like a different experience?
Going to a public school here?
Yeah, compared to like SAS
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah. It's definitely different, but there are definitely pros and cons to both. Um, One is that I live really close to the school, so it's easy to get to and from the school for sports or events and stuff like that. So it's really convenient. But I know some kids here kind of live a little ways from the school, so I don't really know if that's actually a pro. But um, what else is good here? I feel like here people have like known each other for a really long time, like since preschool. So they're like really close to each other, like friendship wise. And at SAS, you have kids moving like every year, like different kids going in and out of the school. So you may like lose friendships through that.
Or Tyler.
We lost our friendship.
It's too recent. I feel like kids who might have left in like middle school, for example.
Yeah. I feel like
have
if you aren't friends with someone like halfway through high school, like if they leave in like 10th grade, then you're probably gonna like remember them. But if like they leave like in 8th grade,
It's
then,
like, nah, you just don't remember.
it goes by like so fast.
Yeah, I also remember people who left in 8th grade.
But they don't remember you because they don't follow you on Instagram.
Yo.
I feel like here, like going back to how close people are, it's in my opinion, for me this year was hard to be a new kid, especially at junior year. It's kind of an awkward time to come into high school. Like my sister came in as a freshman, and I know for a fact there are going to be multiple new freshmen because new high schools is like starting at a new high school is pretty popular, but coming in midway through high school is a lot more rare, and thus it's harder to adjust. I mean, I've met a lot of people here, a lot of good people, but it's still hard.
I feel like being a new kid, there's like so much pressure.
What do you mean pressure?
Cause like, okay, I've moved like, what, 7 times, maybe 7 or 8 times, and I've moved like, yeah, then schools would be like maybe 8 or 9. So I used to be at Stanford before SAS. The thing is, like, when you switch schools, it's like when you go in, like if you don't know anyone at the school, it's like, who do you talk to first? You know, or like who do you, or like some people like just don't include you, I guess, right? Like
Just be like, where's the bathroom? Oh, by the way, my name's Brian. Let's start from there.
Yeah, nice, Brian.
I feel like your first friend is always in like homeroom or like advisory or.
We don't have homeroom here.
You don't?
No, we just have class that starts right at what time does class start? 8:45. It's
how long are your classes?
40 minutes. I have 8 classes a day.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, but I had
the same.
I had early release, so I got out like 45 minutes early. So I just would walk home. I've kind of just been staying away from the news here. It just.
I feel like you should always be updated on the news.
No, that's true, but like sometimes the news can overwhelm you.
That's true.
And sometimes it overwhelms me because I remember in Singapore, the news was not nearly as intense as here. Here it's just a lot more intense. And I don't want to get into the details of that, but sometimes here it just overwhelms me with the stuff that's going on. Probably because we're in a much, much bigger country and we have lots of different cultures and lots of different people. So there's going to be a lot more news, and that just overwhelms me, in my opinion.
I mean, in my opinion, you guys deserve to be overwhelmed. Like, the news has to keep overwhelming you, because like the Yemen thing is horrible there. And like, I know a lot of people have been posting on social media, but like, they need to overwhelm you more. Like, your minds need to be.
I feel like they overwhelm you to a point where like you can't do anything else but make a change.
Yeah, exactly. Like you need to
fix it in your mind. Yeah, no, it's not even like fixing it in your mind. They're just like spreading like the information which everyone should know, so that they can make a change.
Yeah, but sometimes there's just a lot of information to comprehend, and it may scare you.
I feel like but like obviously don't take it all in at once. Like if you're like studying a new like crisis or something.
Yeah.
And like you tend to get overwhelmed. Don't like sit through like a 30-minute explanation of like everything bad that's happened. Because like I did that for like some things before. I just like sit through and like listen to everything that's going on. I'll be like, damn. But
Yeah,
like,
it's very
if you slowly keep on like, if you like daily, if you update yourself on like
yeah.
some small points or like ways to
Yeah, there's not
make
yeah,
changes.
it's good to be updated about what's going on and not just your home country but around the world. But I personally read a lot more news about football. It's just a lot. It's just because I enjoy it more and I
But yeah,
enjoy
everyone deserves that distraction. Obviously, like stay updated on
yeah.
important. Like I don't want to like everything's important. But like, the more
Yeah,
drastic issues than
true.
like football games, because that takes like 5 minutes to check.
Sometimes there are articles though. Like sometimes I'll read articles about like a new player who joined a club or a potential interest in a player who wants to transfer somewhere. I don't know. I
I feel
just
like at
find
the
that
end of the day, just do what makes you happy.
yeah, that's true. Whatever makes you happy, you should do it. Follow your
And
dream. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you have any suggestions and topics you'd like us to discuss in future videos, make sure to fill out the Google form in the description down below. And if you would like to join us to talk about a topic of your passion, make sure to DM us at thebrocast.podcast on Instagram. Thanks again.